with working the hours that I was working and gone a lot of the time and so forth, why we didn't have time to argue. So,
Herb, I know you shared with me a piece of advice. Buy a house with a farm, right?
Right.
You're outside, she's inside. That works, right?
works every time. All right, my name is Herbert Sandercock. I was born in Selwood, Oregon, just out of Portland, south end of Portland. After 1 year, we moved to Hood River, lived there for 10 years until my father died, and we moved back to Portland in 1940, and I joined the Navy in 1946, was discharged in 1950.
His mother had 10 kids, and she said every time he came and visited me, I swear I got pregnant. Oh, she was mad. I lived with her. I'm Jeanette Sandercock, and I used to be at Williams in Ohio.
How long you guys been married?
Well, we were married in 1970.
1970.
1960.
I was thinking 67, so don't ask me.
Well, as far as I know, I think you guys got married in 1950. Does it ring a bell?
Yeah,
Yeah.
1950?
I think it was. If that, yeah.
February?
1950, yeah.
So that makes...
I was 16.
You were 16, and how old were you, Herb?
I was, well, I was only 20.
20.
I wasn't quite 21. We got married in February. I was 21 in August.
So
But
that
I-
makes today you guys been married for 70 years.
It's a little over 70 years.
How did you guys get to know each other? How did you meet?
I went home with her.
Brother.
I was a AAA baseball player and a curveball pitcher and so forth. Her brother was a knuckleball pitcher, and I was on the Destroyer 711 EA Green, and he was on the 862 Destroyer, and they transferred him off of his ship, transferred me off my ship, all onto the base to play baseball in the tournament championship for the the Atlantic Fleet. We got beat out finally in the tournament, and we were on the base, and we had no duties. All we did was lay around all day.
So,
And wait a minute, let me finish. I had a little 37 Ford. I was not a gambler because I was a water tender in charge of a number 2 fire room on a destroyer. And I'd see these guys get in there and lose their whole paycheck, and I thought how stupid that was. I had a berthing spot, and there was about a 8-foot square on the deck there that went into a machine, into a temporary diesel generator for emergency power. But the doorway going into that, nobody used it. And it made a nice clear spot, and you had 4 closets, foot lockers. And so they had a nice background for playing dice against. And they'd be down there, and of course, mine was the second bunk in the middle of 3 bunks. And I'd lay there and watch them, and I'd loan them money once in a while. And I was very lucky, I always got reimbursed. But the one fellow had this 37 Ford, a little 60 horsepower. Those poor little fellers, they wouldn't pull the hat off your head hardly. But I held the title to that car and loaned him money to gamble with. Well, he lost all the money, and I kept the title to the car. And these guys, when we got done playing baseball, when we got beat out of the tournament, her brother was a knuckleball pitcher, and I was a curveball pitcher. And they came to me, these a couple guys, and they wanted to know if we wanted to go to Ohio. And I looked at the map, you know, on a AAA book, and it was only about that far. It wasn't very far. but it was up over the Smoky Mountains and so forth. And a little 37 Ford 60 didn't have power enough to pull the hat off your head. And there was 4 of us in there and all of our gear. And to go up over those mountains, I'd be down in first gear. And I got smart finally, and I'd get behind a freight truck and get in their draft.
Oh, wow, yeah.
And they just kind of more or less pull us right up the hill. And we had a real nice time, but we made it up
You
to
made it,
Ohio.
huh?
And that's when I met her.
I was playing the pinball machine. I was the champion pinball machine player around, and I was it. And all of a sudden, in the door come these 2 guys dressed in sailor outfits. They had not said they were coming at all. And in come my brother and him.
Did you think he was handsome?
Oh, yeah. And he started talking. He said he was his mother had 10 kids, and he was from Oregon. And one day he was going back to Oregon. We got engaged, and I was already engaged.
To another guy.
Yes.
Wow.
And
So you got double lucky, engaged twice.
I was only 16, and I didn't always do things right.
We were married in the church, her church, in the parsonage. It was nothing to do with her family at all, or her mother or dad. It was basically, she set it up with the pastor there at the church.
And Mama do.
And I'd gone there and I met him, and we were great friends. But we did the scheduling all ourselves.
You guys have any grandkids?
Oh yeah, I think we have 10.
I lost
You lost count, right? Not enough to
A lot
count on
of
your
them.
fingers. Very good.
Well, our one son has like 5. The others only had like 2 apiece. Our son Cliff, the oldest one, he has a cabinet shop in Gresham, and it's Cliff's Cabinets, and well known, and he does a lot of cabinets. In fact, he's retirement age now. He's in his 70s. He's finally retiring, basically.
Him and Patty are just sweetest people. It's good to have your own kids that you like, you know.
I built over 500 7-Eleven stores in Oregon, Washington, Idaho, and they wanted us to come down into Texas. We would build a store in 67 days, and that was our schedule. The person they had, the contractor they had building down in Arizona and Texas area, would take 10 months to build one store. We took bids from people down there, and they were building stores down there for like $10,000. We were building them for like $6,500. So even with us building or paying our expenses, travel expenses, we still built the stores cheaper than what their people would build down there. But it was just too far away to be building that many stores. And for supervision and so forth. And the owner of our company and the president, they both graduated from the Milwaukee High School
Oh, wow.
in the
Local.
same class. Walt Swan was the president, and he was a very nice person. Ted Millar was the owner, and like I said, they were school kids together in Milwaukee, and it was all like family.
Jeanette, what kind of work you did?
I was a housewife.
Housewife.
I had 4 kids. I was busy getting them dressed for school, trying to figure out which, well, somebody lost their shoe and where is it, and you know.
So looking back, I mean, you guys been together for 70 years. That's a lot. That's a long time. Is there anything you wish you would handle differently?
Not really.
No?
No, I always wanted to be in management, which I was, and we ended up second largest general contractor in Oregon. We built 507 stores, and which was my account. And I couldn't ask for a better place to work, being full-time and an estimator.
Flying helicopters.
Yeah, flying.
Can you ask for better, right?
Yeah. They'd come and pick me up at the house there, and we'd go someplace and.
Anything you wish you would handle differently in your marriage?
No, not really.
Not really.
No, I
That's
think
fascinating.
we always did things the way we wanted to do them, and we never regretted any of them, as far as that goes. No.
Well, what would you say worked in your marriage? I mean, again, being married for 70 years, what do you think the key points that help you to get to this point?
We didn't see much of each other, for one thing.
Yeah?
We couldn't bitch at each other if we didn't see each other.
With working the hours that I was working and gone a lot of the time and so forth, why we didn't have time to argue. So,
Herb, I know you shared with me a piece of advice. Buy a house with a farm, right?
Right.
You're outside, she's inside. That works, right?
works every time.
Very good. If you don't mind asking you, how do you guys feel about each other do you feel the same way how you felt from the first year, or you do feel different?
I
For the
feel
last 16.
closer to him. All those years I didn't really know him because he was always either working for Westwood Construction, or he was outside working, and then he'd come in and watch TV and go to bed. And I didn't see much of him. But I've come to know him late in the care center, and he's not too bad. Pretty good guy.
After 70 years, you kind of came to conclusion, right? It was the right decision to make. How about you, Herb?
No, I think I was always a firm believer if you're going to do something, especially which it involves both people, that you should talk about it, discuss it, agree with it, and then do it. But it's that simple.
And stick to it, right?
Yeah, you didn't do it and say, there it is, live with it. That was never my belief.
Herb, what kind of advice would you give to young couples that getting married today?
Well, if you're not willing to give a little, it's a 50-50 situation. And if you're not willing to go halfway, don't get involved in it. Because it's not worth it.
It's not worth it.
I mean, you'll be glad years later that you made the right decision, and you did. We've always enjoyed everything we did. So,
That's wonderful.
and no complaints.
Jeanette, what kind of advice would you have for a young couple that getting married today?
Have fun in your life. Don't just be married. Have a partner that you can have fun with. Trips we've had, the places we've seen, it's remarkable. We went to the Grand Canyon. We went everywhere, and we'd see a sign and it would say cave, and off we'd go to there or whatever, and we just had fun.
Wonderful. Well, thank you guys so much. But I do have a gift for you guys. On your
Oh, that is so
70 years anniversary, I have a little gift for you guys.
Thank you.
Happy anniversary.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing your wonderful stories.
You're most welcome. It was our pleasure.